Hello everyone, and welcome back to another stream. This has become a series now of videos where we look at different pricing on different websites, and today we're looking at Amazon Canada. This was recommended by Ion, who's in chat right now. This has been hyped up so much, I can't wait to see what ridiculous kind of pricing we have on Gunpla here. For those who aren't familiar with this, what we've been doing is going through different websites, mainly Amazon at the moment, to see just the ridiculousness of some of the prices for Gunpla. And then, obviously, later on in the series, we'll be moving on to other websites that people have been recommending. It's going to be interesting seeing and comparing all the prices with each other. At the moment, it looks like Amazon is the most ridiculous in terms of pricing, with Amazon US being pretty crazy, especially if you live in the UK. But yeah, let's just dig straight into this. So I'm going to go for the Neo Zeong again. What we normally do is we take requests from people in chat, and we see what suits different prices. The Neo Zeong was ridiculously priced on... okay! Ridiculously priced on Amazon UK for being over £1,000 British. And I believe that this is roughly about 900 here. Mecha says, when did you get the green eye? The green eye's always been there. It should be. When did I get the blue one? But yeah, let's open this window here. That's 1,341 Canadian dollars plus 30 delivery. Why is the Neo Zeong like over 1,000 all the time? That's the one thing that I'm noticing at the moment is no matter what on each version of Amazon, it's always over 1,000. But if I remember rightly, when we did the stream the other day for Amazon US, it was 1,400, I believe, on Amazon. On Amazon US. The difference between different versions of Amazon is crazy. But yeah, importing as well. Yeah, you've got to pay import on top of all of this, so it's crazy. If you're ordering in from other places, then you're going to pay a hefty price for this kind of stuff. Let's just see what else we got here, and then we'll start going into other recommendations. If anybody in chat has any at the moment, so we can start digging into this while I'm just looking around. Dendrobium Orchestra is normally one that comes up for about $600 roughly. We had some the other day on Amazon US that were Gunpla based limited kits that seemed kind of reasonable. If I remember rightly, it was the E3 Custom, and then there was another one. I can't remember what the second one was. I think it was the Phoenix gold-coated version or something. There's the Thunderbolt again. We can have a look at that. These were ones that came up the other day. Heavy Arms Eagle unit. That one's $179. Let's see what the shipping is like on it. We got the Mgex Unicorn. Obviously, that's still a ridiculously priced kit. You're going about $400 for that. What? Okay, so we got some ridiculous pricing in the first page here. That is going to be really interesting. I'm just pulling up all of these and we'll go through them one after the other, because a lot of these I'm noticing are pretty nuts right now. Some of these are old kits as well. Is it Canadian dollars? Yes, it is. Like, a good chunk of kits are not even available on the site, says Ion. We won't be checking out anything that's not Gundam for the moment. I'll be doing that at a later date. We're just checking some of the crazier stuff here. What? Oh no, that's Robot Spirits. Let's get rid of that for the moment. Go back here. I'm spoiling part of these here. What? Some of this pricing in Canadian dollars is just really weird. I don't know the currency conversion for Canadian dollars either, so I can't really comment too much on it, but I'm going to base it off what I've paid previously in the past. Even if some of these are Japanese imports, this is ridiculous. Okay, so that's the first page. Let's start looking at this. Ion, because you're here for reference in chat, what's the average that you would pay for like a master grade or expect to pay for a master grade in Canadian dollars. Because I have... My reference is like... 40. Like 40 British pounds would be where I would pay up to decently for a master grade. Like, what would you expect? Hard to say. That doesn't help. According to Google, it's $1 USD for 1.27 Canadian, says Mecca. It's kind of similar. Aaron says he'd pay from 50 to 70 for a master grade, depending on which one it is. So we'll go with 50 being your average price for, say, something like the Red Frame Kai, maybe? Because that's what I'm basing mine off previously. Does that sound reasonable? Between 40 to 50 for that? And then we'll go from there. We'll just move through all of these. Oh boy, so the Dendrobium Orchestra, we've been seeing this around. Let's see what we can get here. So 40 to 50. Ooh! Okay. 40 to 50 roughly for the Red Frame Kai. That gives you kind of an sort of an idea, because the Red Frame Kai isn't exactly a kit that is I'd say on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of skill, the amount of parts that are involved. It's kind of a complicated master grade and comes with a lot of parts. So it's not exactly something that you would think immediately would be ridiculously cheap, but Ion says his red frame cost him $60. Okay, so that's roughly what I expect. So that was in 2017 as well. So we've got the Dendrobium Orchestra here. That is incredibly close to the pricing that I think it had on Amazon US. It actually might be a little bit more expensive, but it's getting close to the Neo Zeong again. It's from the same place. I believe it's just the other one was Jungle Store US, I believe. And this is Jungle Store Canada. So that's $898 Canadian dollars with 30 shipping or delivery, sorry. And then on top of that, the fact that it's a high grade, it's a bit crazy. Then we've got the Thunderbolt full armor master grade. This one, again, it's an interesting one that always comes out being pretty pricey. I'm not quite sure why. That one is $219. Let's see if we've got any shipping or anything else going on. We'll check my Discord in a moment. 257 with better rating as well. This is shipped from Japan, so that's why it costs a little bit extra. 46 delivery from that one. Possibly shipped from Japan by the look of it. 262, 265, 330. Okay, now we're getting crazy, and that's 67% positive as well. How much for the Perfect Grade Fenix, says Mecca? Oh, let's have a look. The Perfect Grade Fenix has come up a bunch of times. Or at least... Excuse me. Oh, sneezed all over my hand there. At least the Perfect Grade Unicorns have come up most of the time and been pretty crazy. Look at all the Hyakushiki kit prices. Okay. Thank you, Riptors. Nice to see you again, by the way. I've been reading everyone's comments to previous videos, so it's all good. So, PG, Fenix. Hey, Crimson, nice to see you. Oh! Oh! Gate, did you deliberately look up that one, or was that just a random one? Why? Why? Oh, what? Those are the most expensive ones we've ever seen. It's one that's in my dream list. And that's fair enough. I thought it was just like a random one, or whether you'd had a hunch or something and just gone, you know what, let's put that up, or you'd looked it up beforehand. Why would you? It's not that one that's the most expensive. That one for 1,000 here, 1,000 Canadian dollars. It's got free shipping though. It's this one, the narrative version with the twin tails. Is there like a special coating to it or something? Welcome to Canada, where everything costs an arm and a leg, says Ion. Yeah, this definitely costs more than that Neo Zeong if you just look at the numbers at least. It's the gold plating and undergating. Oh, so they've gone all in on it. They've gold plated it. They've got the twin tails on it. It also has an LED kit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks really nice. Like, I'd totally pick that up for a reasonable price, because it looks like one of those things where it'd be a nice centerpiece or whatever, if you were going to display it, but how much is that USD, guys? Because I imagine, like, USD, it's totally crazy. I think this might be a clear winner so far as to the most ridiculous pricing. But it depends on, like, Canadian. What's Canadian to UK price here? Let's have a look for a laugh real quick. 1,426 says Mecha. That might actually come ridiculously close, if not beating out the Neo Zeong from the last video. I'm gonna have to keep tabs on this. Let's see. I'm just quickly doing currency converter on my phone here. So let's do pound sterling to, where's Canadian dollar, where are we at? There we go, Canadian dollar. Okay, so £1, one British pound, is almost $2 Canadian. So if I type in like 1,000 British pounds, okay, so 1,000 British pounds is 1,631 Canadian dollars at the moment. So if I type in something like 1,100, we get incredibly close. We get 1,794. So that's pretty close. I think that might actually beat the Neo Zeong in Amazon US at the moment, because I swear the Neo Zeong was 1,100 British pounds, I believe. This one is just over. It's like 1,150, roughly. Ion says, so in 2017 I paid 79 Canadian dollars for Master Grade Hyakushiki. I have no clue what it's worth now. If anything has BS prices, it's probably a Phoenix, says Gate. By the way, MSRP of the OG Phoenix is like 450. Narrative is 50, I believe, says Crimson. Nuts. I know perfect grades, like, don't get me wrong, perfect grades are expensive anyway because of the amount of engineering that goes into them, the parts, the details, you know, they're expensive. Like I've said before, I've paid like 130, I think it was, for my red frame perfect grade. But that's the only one I have to go off in terms of pricing on my end with my currency, as to, you know, kits for reference in terms of how much they cost to me. And 130 for me was expensive, but I know there are way more expensive ones like the Phoenix because of details, or say like the Perfect Grade Unleashed because they did more engineering to it, but that's ridiculous. This one, P Bandai, so of course it's going to be more expensive, but is it the actual full heavy arms plus the Eagle kit, or is it just the Eagle kit on its own? Because we saw this previously on Amazon US for roughly similar prices. How about the Neo Zeong narrative version? The Neo Zeong 2, okay. There's the standard. We've got all these other ones lined up. I don't think it's in here, proof. Yeah, it's not in here at the moment. It's not showing up, the white one. We've got the Mgex Unicorn. That one's for 398 Canadian US dollars. I believe that's incredibly similar to the US one in terms of pricing, and we've already discussed that one, because of how ridiculously priced it normally is anyway, because of all the parts and everything else, that is kind of close to what it normally goes for. There it is again. I must have pulled two open bags. And this one's weird though. The real grade Unicorn in destroy mode for 123. This is again one of those instances of why people don't use Amazon, because of, obviously, like we talked about before, the price gouging. It's one of those ridiculous instances of, check this out, we'll just slap this on here and somebody will fall for it. and it's really nasty to see. You know, I mean, as much as I like the real grade Unicorn, I'm going to pick it up for a normal price rather than paying Amazon prices of 123. That's just really weird. It's really weird to see stuff like that. Then we've this one as well. The entry grade Gundam for $27. This one is... I highlighted this one even though it's not like 100 or whatever. Primarily just because this should cost nothing over, say, like $15. It shouldn't even cost 15. Like, it's a good kit, but it's at the lower end of the spectrum, you know. So you expect it to cost anywhere between maybe $8 and $15, roughly. It's 30. It was on sale. Yeah, I saw the was part there. I'm highlighting now. I saw it, but I was like, you know what? It's 27. We'll just go for 27. Especially because it says it there as well. But yeah, for the entry grades, the idea of them is they are priced lower so that you can get people into the hobby and have them enjoy it, not to have them priced almost the same as like half a master grade. This one as well. I wanted, and I still do want, even though it's massive, to get the Narrative Apex when it comes back in stock. This, in British pounds, is roughly about 33, I believe, so almost the same as a master grade, but that's because of how ridiculously big it is and the amount of parts. So you're paying for the amount of plastic in the box and the weight, mainly. But not 168. Go away. Just... that's too ridiculous. I don't know anybody that would pay that for a high grade. It looks nice, yeah, but come on. Come on. 234 for the master grade double Zeta. I don't even, we've discussed this before, you'd be looking at, say, like, reasonably about 60 to 70 for this, maybe? I could be wrong, and this is 60 to 70 Canadian dollars. Ion can correct me here if I'm wrong or not. Or if he doesn't think I'm right. Or accurate. But, you know, 234, who's... It says Bandai, right? But this probably isn't Bandai. These will be people using fake shop names to try and get you to buy this. But I doubt this is Bandai. Let's have a look at the reputation for this shop. Let's see. 168 ratings. Oh, that's for the actual kit itself. People bought this? When was the last time people bought this? Top reviews now. Some of these will obviously be bots. 2019 was the last time somebody bought this. Seemingly. Oh, no, wait. 2020. Huh, let's read the review for this. Product deserved 5 stars. Absolute quality of gunplay in question. Unfortunately, I have to report my behavior. In my opinion, unprofessional Amazon. I ordered the first time this model in early June, and despite having arrived, as always, in record time, the product had no packaging. The box, which, like me, is passionate about this kind of model making. He knows it has its own value. Oh, I get it. The way the person's typing, I can understand what they're saying. They didn't have any packaging, and the box, they like the box as well. It has its own value to the person. They like the art. As being simply... what they've said here is scratcher or scotcher, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's damaged or scratched in a bad way. Arrived visibly damaged with written by postal service with permanent marker and the presence of annoying stickers of Italian post. Impossible to eliminate without damaging cardboard box. The icing on the cake. The contents of the box did not seem to conform to the instructions. It's seemingly missing a piece. Yeah, no way proper Bandai would do that. It's a fake store. Look at other buying options. Those are the shops that sell on Amazon. Iron says, this is why I moved to using Canada Gundam because of this stuff. They sent the box as is, as ripped as it looks like it. Wait a minute, this is the... Oh god! I thought this was the master grade. I just... Or like a different version of the master grade. The high grade Thunderbolt. Just because it has anime colours, this is 100 Canadian dollars? What? You're paying master grade level prices for a high grade? And they've not even done it the justice of taking decent photos. They've just used like this really bad product image here. The head looks severely off there. It's not even like panel lined or anything or done up nicely. That's just, oh god. The only thing they've done is put like maybe some marker on the vents. Ah, it's nasty. Don't forget there's two versions of this kit. Look up the manga version. I might have to in a bit. The Kshatriya is a weird one. We've noticed this over the previous videos. It's big and bulky, yes, so you expect to get a massive box with a lot of parts in it. But it's been going for like $150 or, you know, over 100 wherever it's shown off. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's just because it's Amazon, you know. It's just... It's incredibly weird to see it going for these prices. That's like double the average master grade price, plus 30 on delivery. Let's try the, where is it? See where else you can buy from? Oof! Oh no! Why? That just literally took the breath out of my mouth there. 276? Who would pay up to $276 for this? This just isn't realistic in the slightest. Again, this is not me hamming it up for the sake of the video. This is my genuine reaction to this kind of stuff because I've never looked at this kind of stuff before. I've only looked at UK Amazon and been stunned by that. So to see stuff that's seemingly more ridiculous on other versions of Amazon is pretty stunning to say the least. You'd think I'd be actually used to it by now, but because of me not really looking at anywhere else too much, you know, even the joke of, oh, it's Amazon, so the prices are really expensive, even that is kind of being forgotten right now as I'm just getting shocked by all this stuff. That's a high grade for 112 again, and I'm assuming that's an old one. Oh, 2009, that's not ancient, but it is pretty old. Like, I consider ancient to be roughly around 2000. Let's see. There we go. Let's 99 plus 13 shipping and import. No, 19 import shipping fees and 13 delivery. 113, 139, 150. Why are we just going up here? 178. You're paying as much as the Kshatriya for that, and all it is a Zaku and a couple of tanks, right? Roughly. A Zaku, a couple of tanks, and then some extra stuff, like bits that you would expect to pay pretty cheap for anyway. Look at the name as well. Brand Bandai, Dearing your kit on Amazon Canada, says Ion. Let's check that out in a moment. I'm just gonna quickly finish up going through these ones and then we'll see. Here's the Zuda. High grade Zuda for 112 Canadian. Shipping. Let's see what we got here. 112, 112, 112. This is without shipping and 67 positive. That's not good. 134, 134. This is going up again. $146, right? Canadian dollars. With 10 for delivery, and you're also risking it on the 83% positive. No. Just no. Bandai Spirits here. The funny thing is, it says it's a model kit, which I believe it to be, but I could be wrong. Bandai Spirits is normally like the Robot Damashi stuff. Yeah, that's got to be Robot Damashi looking at it. Let's skip that. The one I sent you in the past, I paid 23 for back in 2017. Well, the Zuda fits its unit roll, says Crimson. Here we go. High grade GPO 2, 95. That one is ancient. It should not cost 95. Especially for the high grade. 67, 95. Why is there one? 67 from Jungle Store, Canada. Okay, that... Oh, no, but it's got 30 delivery, so that puts it in the 90 range. 120. 138 is the most ridiculous one. 93%. I don't even... I'm shaking my head right now at this. Beyond Global High Grade Granddaddy for 45 Canadian. Free delivery, though. Unless you look at these other places, and then you've got to pay $5 Canadian dollars for shipping. 40, 43, 51, 51, 60, 68, 69, 39, 70. Just why? Bandai Spirits is the brand that they've been using for the US models. It's like that on Hobbytown's site. Okay. And finally, Waddles. The At Guy for 45. That shouldn't be any more than like probably 25 to 30 Canadian, possibly, at the high end of stuff. 69 again. Seriously, I'm so immature. 85, 88. Whenever it says 69, it just reminds me of like Boaty trolling me or something. 108, 108, 111. It's either that or Sin memeing it for a laugh like we used to have in GBO2's chat rooms. 117. Why would you pay 117 for a high grade of Waddles? The price of 32 in Germany, for comparison, says Proof. Wasn't there a master grade of the At Guy? Yeah, I think there was. Right, let's check out the one Ion sent me real quick. Okay, Amazon CA. Just gonna... Oh, whoa. I just realized that might not be incognito there. I'm not gonna bring it over. So, this is the... I'm gonna read it out to you guys while we're on this page. I think I avoided doing anything there. Let's just double check. Going crazy now because I can't see the stream page. Hey, Shinju! Check out any kit from Thunderbolt, says Tresden. Okay, just a moment. I'm looking here at the Gym ground type. It's a high grade. It's 92 Canadian dollars. What? And Ion paid 27 back in 2017. I'm assuming that's massive inflation, or it's just the meme of Amazon again. Let's try Gundam Thunderbolt kit. Yeah, we've seen some of these before. The Atlas is still ridiculously priced. I didn't look at that one before. I've seen the two full armors. Oh, okay. So we're getting even more ridiculous now. We've got the Zaku Big Gun for 178. The Atlas for 106. Just make sure that's still in incognito. There it is. There's an SD Neo Zeong. Yeah, you can get your hands on it, provided you go to the right place. It's actually a pretty decent one. It needs a bit of painting, but what doesn't, you know. 443 for the Psycho Zaku. Is that the master grade? Yeah. I mean, it still doesn't... it still doesn't warrant the price. 554 here? That is ridiculous. Makes me glad I picked up the Atlas when it was like $30. Was that from Amazon though, Dresden? Just having a look here. There's the high grade one for 111. Why is a high grade gym 131? Oh, even if it is Thunderbolt, just why? Why is Thunderbolt so ridiculously priced? Like, there's $20. This has got to be like a one where they pull the rug from under our feet here. Let's have a look. The real grade GPO1, which is apparently pretty fragile. That's 103. Jeez, just... Oh, the gold-plated high-grade Phoenix for 142. No, no. Why would you? For those who don't know the whole deal behind that one, if I remember rightly, that's not only is it the high grade, which apparently has really bad rep, because high grade unicorns are notorious for having a really bad rep when it comes to staying together or just being decent kits. They're really not. My high grade full armor was falling apart without any of the armor on it at all. The joints are just terrible. But this one, if I remember rightly, this one is notorious because it isn't undergated and it's gold-plated. So if you snip any of this, you are going to have terrible nub marks. And the reason why it's important to have stuff like this undergated with plating is so that you don't show any of the nub marks. If I remember rightly, reviewers have just snipped it out straight out and put it together, and you can see videos of it online. It is absolutely terrible just looking at where they've put all of the nubs. It's nuts. 131 here. I kind of want to buy the Gremry, but it's 33 euros on another web shop I regularly check. Is that too much? Or is that not overpaying? 33 euros. I'm going to have to do currency conversion and get back to you on that, Shinju. Because I don't know the pricing of euro, unfortunately. Like, I'm assuming you've bought a couple of kits in the past. What's your average price for, say, a high grade? Let's look here. We got 155, 148. So stupid. 148 for a high grade gym. Even if it is the Thunderbolt. Come on. 111, 95, 182? You're paying almost 200 with delivery there? And that's not even going into shipping? That is... All these are really priced. Ion, you were exactly right about this. You know, you weren't exaggerating. 40 for this, 58, 68. Might as well be 69 for the meme there. 83, 88. Who would pay 95? Who would pay 105 if you include delivery for the high grade lupus? It's just no. 108 United States dollars is what 1 euro is. Okay, so 30 doesn't sound too bad for the Gremry then in that case. But it's still a bit high. 30's like, to me in that case, 30 is something that you'd be looking at if you were going to pick it up in person in a store. You know, like if you go to an actual hobby shop and you're paying these prices, you're paying for the convenience of picking it up right there off the shelf, getting it back home and immediately starting on it if you feel like it. That's what I figure you're paying for with certain prices, like an extra $10 more or whatever. But if you're going online and you're paying ridiculously more, well then it's a case of you clearly getting gouged. You know, it goes up and down, but most high grades are between 20 to 29 euros. The local shop I had some under 30, like the Core Gundam G3 colours. The Core Gundam G3 colours doesn't come with any armour though, right? Because that would be why, if I remember rightly, it's just the Core Gundam on its own. But yeah, 20 Canadian dollars for the Lupus with free delivery. That's possibly yet another one where it's like, okay, that's kind of reasonable. I may have just contradicted myself in the last 2 seconds there. I'm not quite sure. That seems kind of reasonable, but not the, you know, like the 90-odd dollars. What? Full Armor Unicorn SD for $68.90? What are you even doing here? Seriously? Look up the real grade wing. Why is the Stargazer 85? 126 for an SD, right? that SD should be no more than, say, $20 maximum because of all the extra parts, plus it can transform. There's no way that should be any more than $20. No way. What the heck is the Master Grade EX Strike Freedom? Did he even have one? Okay. Like, it's gonna sound stupid, but I don't know every single version of a model, especially seed stuff. There's the metal build. They sold the Gundam plus Zakutu high grade box for under 20. I don't remember, says Shinju, what it's called. Some sort of package deal. That'll be like the entry. I believe that was like one of the getting people into the hobby kind of packages, where it's like they have it as like an entry kit where they ship two together. It's kind of like with Warhammer, where 40k does like the actual army boxes that you can buy where you get a starter army. Not yet. Yeah, I thought the Strike Freedom didn't have an MGEX yet. Because as far as I know, it's only the Unicorn, I think. Real Grade Wing Zero. Oh yeah, let's... Hey Stealth, nice to see you there. They're charging $28 for the entry grade. Yeah, Stealth, you could probably give us another sort of idea of what you're paying, like, or what you would pay on average for this kind of stuff from stores that aren't Amazon. Like, Real Grade Wing Zero, just no. No, that's way more. Going off what Ion said before about the average Master Grade being between 50 to 70. No. No for either of these. Like, that one's a Japanese titanium finish one, so... it's a real grade, though, still, so it's 200. The problem with that is, it's like, yeah, it's a special coated version, so you're going to be paying extra, and you get the Dreisberg. But it's still not worth 200. No way. Nowadays, MG prices are going close to $100, says Ion. I imagine that's because of inflation. The MGX Strike Freedom has not been released yet. How's it going, Moody? Hey, Sky, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing alright. Always nice to see returning faces. Let's see, we got... The Gundam-based stuff is actually quite interesting. In future videos, I might try deliberately just looking up Gundam-based stuff. But on, like I said before, on Amazon US, some of the Gundam-based stuff is actually decently priced. This, though, 117? No. Even if it is limited, just no. Let's have a look. 117, 117, 119, 122, 122, and then 38 delivery. It's great, you know. If you want a clear version, get priced through the backside for that one. There's just the expansion set. I know it's a perfect grade, and that's what... Not perfect grade, sorry. I know it's a P Bandai. I may have... Sorry, because I'm talking so fast and because I'm excited and kind of surprised at the same time, I may mess up and say the wrong thing. If I do, please hold me accountable by joking about it so I can realize that I'm saying the wrong thing. So yeah, this is the real grade expansion set, the feathers. It's P Bandai, yeah, but no way, 97. All it is a bunch of feathers and the stand. Just no. Ridiculous. $41 for a 2003 high-grade Zakutu. Yeah, no. Exactly. Yeah, then it's definitely both because the hobby seems niche inside Europe. Yeah. Import costs, and they don't sell well, especially with competition like HLJ. Like, the good thing about HLJ is they make it kind of accessible wherever you are based on, like, shipping and stuff, provided you're buying more than one kit. If you're buying, like, a single kit, then... yeah, I wouldn't recommend HLJ, but if you're buying more than one kit, if you're building up like a backlog or something, then they're okay for shipping and stuff. depending on where you live. From my experience, anyway. Like, I've used them. They're not too bad. The pricing's decent. The only problem I've had is in the past with HLJ has been stuff like things being out of stock and then taking ages to replenish. And obviously, depending on what courier they use, sometimes you'll have problems. Like having problems with, I think it was FedEx. Just FedEx is terrible, man. Real grade Wing Gundam for 70 there? No. You can 3D print those feathers for $10. I know, right? Expansion pack in my place is around $250, says Sandy. Oof. I got the Seraphim Effect stand for around 20 to 30 from P Bandai USA, says Stealth. Jeez. See, this is why I like doing this as well, because you guys can actually, like, when we check out the stores from your country, we can actually, you know, compare and talk about it and get a clear idea of what this stuff is meant to be. $45 for the old RG 79 high grade. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I know, right? 41 for the different coloured Breaker Backlog version of Wing Zero. Just no. With kits like that, if they're more expensive and they've just been released recently and you like the colours, just find some paint and paint match the cheaper one, you know. Like that one's 37, that's still expensive. Like, but you could easily just colour match that. Although then again, it's the whole thing of how much would the paint cost on top of that. As much as it is easy for me to say, oh, it'd be cheaper if you paint match, it's like, the paint costs on top of that. So then you've got to figure that out. Then you've got clear coat on top of that. Didn't think about that one. Master grade Wing Zero Vercar. I'm assuming that's the original one. It actually doesn't look like the original. Is that the newer one? Because it kind of looks like it. That's still 173. Just no. Like, as much as I like the design for that, even though it's crazy, just no. You would laugh if you did Canada Gundam, says Ion. Dude, I want to get round to this stuff eventually. Amazon Germany, says Apocalyptic. We're going to have to go round some of these others. Like I was saying, this part of this series is to look at how ridiculously priced some stuff is. Like that one. Isn't that like a no grade, if I remember rightly, from like when the show was first airing or around then? Let's have a look at the Made in Japan. Oh no, I can't see the date. That's got to be around when The Endless Waltz was first released. What's that say, like 2000? It's not 2006. It can't be. Hang on. It's a high grade as well, not a no grade. Seriously? I swear that is like from the original run when The Endless Waltz was first out. I could actually look that up later, but that's 48 plus 30 delivery. What else we got? Let's just go in for the crazy now, like the really crazy stuff. We'll sort by high to low, and we'll just go Gundam. But yeah, like I was saying, part of the this series is I want to check out as many sites as possible and see the pricing and see what the better ones are for people. So I will always be doing this thing where I'm surprised and going, oh, this is terrible. Honestly, over the course of this, I expect to be like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And then also get a good idea of places that are decent that other people can use to buy from, you know. We're just starting out with the really bad ones because, partly because it's a meme and also because it's just shocking checking out some of the price differences between countries. Year 3 Gundam for $57. At most, it'll be like 25 for Stealth. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll probably check out other versions of... What? Perfect grade. Oh, it's a perfect grade. Perfect grade special coating. Yeah, it's the Pearl version. But it's 500. Why? The clear coating and the fact that it's a perfect grade still doesn't justify being 500 because... that, when you look at it, now let's just check that, 600, 614, plus 30. That looks like one of the very early perfect grades because, and the reason why I say this with what sounds like a little bit of confidence from me is primarily because it doesn't look like it has that much detail to it. It looks like the old master grade but blown up in proportions. The other way of describing it would be if you've ever seen like Transformers where they have like knockoff ones from China that are just like blown up to ridiculous scale. You know, Transformers fans in here will know what I'm on about. Where you have like oversized versions. It looks like that. It's an oversized master grade because it's that old. That Death Scythe was from the initial run of Wing. I bet I could get that for under $10 to stealth. I thought so. I've been finding some big high grades like the Penelope for almost 90 euros. Oof. Stealth says, I certainly understand. It should not be that. It's an old PG, yeah. But it should not be 581, even if it does have clear pearl coating on it. I swear I've seen reviews of that on YouTube. Like I said as well, we'll be checking out other kits eventually, like the Figurized stuff. Because Figurized Digimon also goes for ridiculously priced, you know, at the moment. Like, it goes for a ridiculous price at the moment. I'm trying to get my words out here. There. See all buying options for the MG EXS. Yeah, 500. This was very similar to Amazon US. Oh, wait a minute. What are you looking for? High grade Death Scythe, the new one. I've been looking at trying to get my hands on this. It's still in my backlog for HLJ. They've still not replenished the stock on it yet. 84 Canadian dollars. That is ridiculous. Excuse me, I burped there at the same time. AX Prime says, just got here. What's the kit that's breaking the bank? That would be the gold-plated narrative version of the Phoenix. I'll actually keep that one open for people that want to see that one. Narrative Gundam Phoenix. It's breaking the bank at 1,814 Canadian dollars. The gold frame Astray RG is above 400 there. Wait, what? I have to have a look. The Neo Zeong, if we put them all together. No, I think this one, I think the Phoenix beats out the Neo Zeong by just a little bit, like under 100. If you want the Unicorn, get the RG. Yeah, definitely. It's the special coating version, but the Master Grade is like a live grenade. Yeah, I've seen and heard that from like reviews. Like, I'm assuming people here that are in chat also watch Gunpla reviews, so you're pretty much in the know about different kits and just how dodgy some of them can be. Especially like the Unicorn. Perfect grade Unicorn, 400 there. Master grade Red Dragon Astray, 387. Is that a P-Band? Is that a P-Bandai though? This might be me just being really stupid. Like, I imagine with this one, you're paying more for, obviously, the backpack. It's the flight pack and the Kaldovich, I think it's pronounced. What is supposed to be the swords that can also be turned into guns. You're paying for those three and the, like, the energy-emitting V-fin there. But even so, this should be... I wouldn't pay anything over 120 Canadian for this. And in my sort of price range from the UK, I wouldn't be looking to pay anything over, say, like 60 to 70. So, yeah, no. just no. Let's see what else we can get this from and what the pricing on it. It's like 400, 500. What's the maximum we got here? 545 plus 54, so call it 600, might as well. You're British, you're supposed to know how to pronounce it, says Shinju. It's pretty hard. Was the Neo Zeong 2000 USD? No, I believe it was roughly about 1,000. What was that? I'm looking here. What was that wing? Oh, that's the fixed config. Isn't that just a figure? Of the Snow White. If it's a figure, then I'm not looking at it. But I think that is. I could be wrong here, but I believe the fixed figuration is normally figures of stuff. Somebody can correct me in chat here if I'm wrong. Like for the Snow White, the reason why you'd pay... It's the Wales version of Excalibur or something, says Shinju. Oh, I'm going to have to look at that then. Just for the sake of interest. But yeah, the only reason you'd even be paying any sort of price for this would be for the change in colour. But the strange funnels that it has on the back, they're really weird. But yeah, it's... No way. No way 897 on that one. And then we've got the gold frame. The real grade gold frame Amatsu. You shouldn't be paying anything over... In Canadian, at least, based on what we've seen, I probably wouldn't pay anything over, say, 70 for this. Even if it is the special coated version, the standard version, I believe, is pretty decent for its gold coating. I could be wrong on that. But, yeah, no, it's high-grade scale with master-grade engineering in it. Just... No. Insert joke about whales and sheep, says Shinju. Why is plastic so expensive? I honestly don't know. It's just Amazon. They're crazy. Oh, let's see what we're up to with the stream here. Okay. We've done roughly about the same we normally do in terms of time limits for these streams. As we're getting to the end here now, because I'm going to call it in a moment. Oh boy, we got a clear winner so far out of all the versions of Amazon. The narrative version of the Phoenix, the gold-plated version, perfect grade, winning out at roughly about 1,100 and I believe 50 British pounds, which comes out as 1,814 Canadian dollars. You still would not pay that amount for this kind of thing on like any decent other store. Honestly, in terms of like perfect grade unicorns, you're looking anywhere up to maybe like 200 to 300 for this in my country's currency, pounds. But yeah, I just find it funny now that looking at this, it's called the No store. Yeah, no, we ain't buying for you. Well, we ain't buying from you, and we definitely aren't buying from Amazon anytime soon. Either way, I hope you guys have had fun yet again and seen just how eye-opening this can be. Again, don't use Amazon for buying Gunpla. It's become pretty bad over the past 4 to 5 years. So, stay away from it, and hopefully for the rest of this series that we're going through here, we'll be looking at, hopefully, as we go on, a lot more decent prices. Again, I hope this has been eye-opening for you guys, and I've enjoyed your company yet again. I hope to see you on the next one, and until then, I hope you've enjoyed yourself and had a good laugh. So, see you on the next one. Bye!